I'll move in just a minute. So this activity is for the 5th grade group. They're doing multiplying mixed numbered problems. So before we jump into the worksheet that's on there, I'm going to explain how to do the activity, and I'm going to do it step by step how we would normally do it in a group, just without people being able to answer. So that way you can still review these videos as much as you need to in order to complete that stuff each week. But this part, we are going to be turning mixed numbers into improper fractions because that's this first step to doing the activity first to kind of help you quickly practice that. And then after that, you'll be able to do the worksheet for the 5th grade worksheet activity, which is multiplying mixed numbers across. So at the school, your graphic organizers for the 5th graders are at the school. Otherwise, I made a link on the K through 5 math page at the bottom. It says graphic organizers. That would be this here. This is for the 5th graders on the whole point of the multiplying fractions. So they can use this graphic organizer to help them. They can print it off and do it at home. The one at the school is still in the sheet protector, so it might be a good one to come grab. But otherwise, you can print it off at home. They don't need to use this if they feel comfortable without it, but it is helpful to keep all the steps in order. So I'm just going to do the first part of this, just this portion of it, and then we'll move in. There'll be a second video for multiplying fractions. Okay, so the first one, this is the graphic organizer up here because you can't see this very well with the camera. So I'm going to explain it. I'm going to explain it step by step on here, and hopefully it is able to be seen. I will move this just in case. Okay, so first thing is on your graphic organizer, if you are just turning a improper fraction into a mixed number or a mixed number into an improper fraction, depending on where you're at, this one you're going to start with a mixed number and turn it into an improper fraction. So because you're doing that, you can work off of just this top piece. So say your problem is move it over here, 3 and 1/4. Say that's your first improper or your first mixed number. So that's your first mixed number. You are going to multiply the bottom. Okay, so my first step is doing 3 times 4. So somewhere else on your graphic organizer, just write this 3 times 4. Or you can just write it on a piece of paper if you don't have an Expo marker and all those other things. So 3 times 4. Inside your graphic organizer as well, there will be a multiplication chart if needed, or just use a calculator unless you have them all memorized. It's fantastic. Okay, so 3 times 4 is my first step because I'm multiplying my whole number by my denominator first, and 3 times 4 is 12. Okay, but that's not all. I still have to work with my numerator up here. So I do 3 times 4, which gives me 12, and then I have to add the top. So now I'm putting a plus sign here to add the top. So now I do 12 because that's what I got from 3 times 4 gives me 12, and I have to add my numerator, which is 1. So now I'm doing 12 plus 1, and 12 plus 1 is, if 1 after 12, 13, it is 13. So I'm not going to change my denominator. I'm only going to change my numerator, and I'm going to get rid of my whole number because I did this whole process. So this will be gone off on the side, and this new number becomes 13. Okay. All right, so now my next piece, this is just turning that mixed number into an improper fraction for when you're getting to that next part. So let's try another problem. Let's do, let's do 4 and 2/5. So my problem is 4 and 2/5. I have a whole number of 4, a numerator of 2, and a denominator of 5, right? So if I'm turning the same thing, I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to multiply the bottom, and then eventually I will add the top. So my symbols are the same. I multiply the bottom, 4 times 5, and 4 times 5 is, I'll give you a second to look. You can pause it if you want to. 4 times 5 is, okay, it's 20. I put a 20 here. Okay, that's not all. This part's done, but I'm not done with the entire thing. So 4 times 5 is 20. Now I have to do the top. So now I have to take that 20 that I did here, and I have to add the top, which my numerator here is 2. So now I'm doing 20 plus 2 because I did 4 times 5, which gave you 20. And now I do 20 plus 2, 20 plus 2, 20 plus 2, 20, 21, 22 is 22. Okay, 22. So my answer for the top part is going to be 22 there. So I'm going to erase all this stuff that I figured out. Notice my denominator is staying the same every time, and the only thing that's changing is my numerator. So when I'm doing these fractions across, my denominator in these first two boxes, when you get to that point, are going to be the same. So right now, the denominator hasn't changed on any problem yet. Right now, all it is the numerator is changing because you are multiplying the bottom and adding the top to change the numerator only and get rid of that whole number. Okay, let's try one more. Okay, let's do like 3 and 4, 6. Okay, so same kind of thing. You have your whole number already. Your mixed number is here, a whole number, numerator, denominator, making a mixed number. I will do the same thing to turn it into an improper fraction, okay? So I multiply the bottom, add the top, 3 times 6, so 3 times 6 is my first step. 3 times 6, I'll give you a second to figure that out. Remember, you have a multiplication chart at the school, or you can use a calculator. But your multiplication chart, it looks like this in your graphic organizer. You're going to do the same thing you would do at school. Go across the top. Hopefully you can see this. Go across the top, find your 3, go down to your 6, and you would hit 18. You could do the same thing, go to your 6 and go down to your 3 here, and you would hit 18. I don't know how well you can see that, but you have a calculator too. I'm hoping on your Chromebook. So 18 here, okay? So this piece is done. Now I need to add the top, so I take that 18 plus the number, my numerator, 14 on the, or 4, sorry, 4 here. And now I have to do 18 plus 4. There is another graphic organizer in there to help you with separating numbers if you need to, or if you just want to count beyond it, your choice, however you want to do it. But there is another graphic organizer at the school or online if you need help with the adding piece of it. So all you're doing, adding 4 more to 18, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Your answer is now 22. So my numerator is going to change. So I can get rid of this, 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 and this number comes up here. Okay. Notice, again, my denominator did not change. It's the same number that it was. Okay, so this is you turning your mixed number into an improper fraction. And now this would be ready to go on to the next video to start multiplying those mixed numbers, okay? Feel free to keep watching this video if you need to. Yeah, just go ahead and keep watching it, and then if you have any questions, just email me. Yeah, and we can kind of go from there. There'll be another video after this, and hopefully one in all the different areas of the graphic organizer. So just bear with me, but this is up there for some practice to teach you how to do those, so just review this video as many times as needed.